She a baddie, she know she a 10. She a baddie, she know she a 10. She a baddie, she know she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend. She a baddie, she know.
All right.
Okay. Round two.
I know. And we're back. Welcome back to
Oh,
another episode, you guys, of Black Bougie and About It.
yes. How was your day? How's your week been so far?
So far it's been good. I feel like I'm really actually adjusting to working out 6 times a week. That is still very hard to say. I can't believe I'm doing it either.
Okay, y'all. I told y'all I was doing a Peloton, and I barely be going once a week, and that's about all I can muster up. Like it's just when you ain't really been doing no work for a year and some change, and you get back into the actual flow of actually doing shit, you
Mhm.
get
No,
home.
literally, I the first time when we came back, I told my mom, I'm like, I think I might have asthma or something because I don't think my breathing, like he was kicking our ass. Okay, my breathing is off. Something wrong with me.
Why
But
my chest feel like
my
that?
chest hot, it's heavy.
That's how I
Like,
felt on the Peloton the very first time I did the ride. I got off and my leg was shaking. Like
yeah,
I couldn't even stand up. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay.
yeah, something. I done knocked something loose up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm still adjusting. Work's been okay. I've been looking for some other things, other opportunities and stuff.
Mm-hmm. As
And
you should.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty much it. Like, it's nothing else new going on. What about you?
Same here. Like I said, I try to go to the Peloton about once a week. Whenever I get the energy and the spurt to go do it, I do it.
When you do
Um,
it, how long are you riding?
I'm only doing 30 minutes. Like,
Okay.
but it's a high intensity 30 minutes. I'm not just
Of
like
course,
kind of
yeah.
sitting there pedaling. I usually do Cody or I forgot his name. I think it's Alex. Their
Hmm.
workouts, but they're always like hip hop rides. So it's a lot
Hmm.
of like up, down moving and
Oh yeah, yeah,
high
yeah.
intense and like fast pedaling. So
I like
like
that.
I try to. My goal is always like 5 miles on the bike because I feel like that's a good amount. Like, okay, you did 5 miles on a bike. That's a lot
Hmm.
of full
Hmm.
body movement, especially when you're not. And I'm not trying to lose weight. I think that's something I also I'm trying to like let people know that
Hmm.
while I'm not like heavy in the gym, I'm not really trying to lose a lot of weight. As y'all know, I'm unfortunately or fortunately, who however you want to look at it, I'm a small girl, so I'm not trying to do that. I'm really just trying to tone and if really put more weight on, which I know people are like, okay, you need to lift weights, but I'm really scared to lift weights on my own because I ain't trying to pull nothing. So yeah, work. As I was telling Jessica, it was a little hot and steamy today, and not in a good way. When I like the table was shook it, okay. But it was funny. I was weak on the inside because I mean I wasn't in the mess. So as long as I ain't in the mess, I'm good.
No, that's right. Got nothing to do with me. Y'all have fun.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. So
Mhm.
I'm good though. I'm still loving it, still enjoying the move and all of that. My birthday, y'all, is coming up.
Oh,
So
I'm very excited for Jill Scott.
me
Like,
too. Like I'm just excited to have a nice little getaway, go to Augusta, see what I can
hmm,
see, go to the concert, I'm
hmm.
not expecting it to be a whole lot of hoopla because it's Augusta, so I expect a nice time.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
was thinking. I expected to be like chill.
It ain't shit that. The last time I went down there, it wasn't much. It wasn't much. I
I
mean, I
don't
was a
know if
kid.
I ever been to Augusta.
It's not much. It's a little town outside of. I think it's like maybe 3 hours away from Atlanta, something like that.
Mhm.
So it ain't
Should be fun.
much. But
I still have to figure out what I'm wearing, but what else?
yeah, I have no idea. I'm probably gonna end up ordering something next week from Fashion Over or
Mhm.
something. I don't know, or try to put something together. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Um, I am gonna get my hair done though. This y'all probably will see me with a puff next week, but I have a braiding appointment next week. So yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
take my
yeah.
braids. They've been holding on. They've been holding on. They've been holding
Yes.
on.
It don't look bad though. Your hair don't never look bad.
I'm one of them girls who faithfully be wrapping their hair up every night for the most part. Like
Hmm.
unless I just fall asleep in the bed because I didn't finish eating something real good and I fall asleep with like the forks in my hand or something.
Yeah. See, I'm real good for like when my hair start getting old, I stop giving a fuck.
I be wrapping it up. I be like in the morning when I lay my edges, I spray a little got to be on there. I put foam on it. I still try to like take care because
Yeah,
I know me. I'm one of them people. I'm gonna get my money's worth out the hairstyle.
absolutely. Yeah.
$200, 2 months. Okay, like I'm
I
gonna
feel
get
that.
so I'm gonna make these things last. Even if I'm wearing a ponytail every day, I'm gonna wear this braid ponytail and call it a day. So
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Well, let's go on and get into it. Of course, we got to talk about the Grammys first because that's
Yes.
on the top of everybody's mind.
Mhm.
So, congratulations, of course, to Queen Bee.
The queen.
She solidified her place in Grammy history by getting her 32 wins, the most of anybody ever.
Mhm.
Ever. I really just love that for black people, for black culture, for black women, just for everything black. Like I know
Mhm.
people, it's like popular to hate on Beyonce, but you can't hate on her accomplishments.
Mm-mm.
So I'm very happy for her, and I feel like a win for her, really a win for us all. And during Black History Month,
And Viola Davis got her EGOT.
that's I love her. I love her.
Mhm.
I think she's only the third woman to
Whoopi,
be
Jennifer, and
in
her.
her. Yeah, I
And
love
John
it.
Legend. It's only 4 black people with EGOT.
John Legend's he got surprises me every time, but shout out to him and them hips. Them hips don't lie,
One
honey.
day, when the glory comes. That's anytime anybody says John Legend, either that song pops into my head or that other one that they play all the time. That people had
All
as
of
their
me.
yeah. But I
The,
don't know. It's always glory usually though. I just always in my head one
the song that pop in my mind every time I hear John Legend is Give Me the Green
day.
Light. That's the song that pop in my head every time.
That was a good song though. That was a good album.
Song.
Great album.
That was a great album.
Brandy was on that album. There's a song
Yes,
they got on that album.
yes.
Slowly,
That
slowly.
was a good album. That's when his music I feel like was a lot more like
Niggerish. I'm sorry. Should I have not said
I
that?
wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say like it was more soulful because now I feel like it's just like Adele pop ballads or
But he
something.
definitely, yeah, he definitely makes commercial music now.
Yeah.
Who I don't know who that was that said he been tap dancing for the white man a long time, and it was the most valid thing I think I had heard.
Who said that?
I forgot. I think it might have been Dr. Umar on the Breakfast Club or something. But it was something, and somebody was like, "Well, John Legend," and they was like, "John Legend been working for the white man a long time now."
I'm like, damn.
I was like, "But he
I mean, he definitely got in his crossover bag, but I ain't know we was calling it tap dancing. God damn it.
because what they say anytime they meet a Black History Month special singer or something, they get John Legend.
But that's true
Ooh.
though. That's true.
The second one they begin is Cynthia Erivo. I don't want to see her sing that Harriet
They
Tubman song.
sure do. They sure do. And you know what? I really like her, and I hate that she has gotten in that bag. That
That's
like
karma for her stealing Lena away from her wife. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't
she
my
with
business.
Lena Waithe.
Or they were together. I don't know if they still messing around, but you know, Lena was married, and then she
Mm.
she had got divorced. But at the same time they had announced the divorce, her and Cynthia Erivo had started showing up
That's something that I did not know.
events and award shows and things together.
Mm.
I ain't saying she stole the woman wife, but
Bald head love, honey.
and you know the streets already don't like Lena Waithe, so
They
they be
sure
waiting for her
don't.
to fuck up.
Y'all be nice to her.
Love the shy. So Lena, if you ever see this, I don't got no issues with the
Be
only issue I
nice to her.
was that fake ass Whitney Houston movie you made and then try to act like it wasn't Whitney Houston. That's the only
But
thing.
it was Whitney Houston. It was.
She tried to say, but you know how everybody was like, "Is this about Whitney Houston?" She was like, "This is just a story that she never wanted to like say it was about Whitney. She never said it was about Whitney Houston." And everybody was like, "But girl, we know." But then it was like the way she told the story. I think a lot of people felt a certain way because it was basically more about Whitney being a lesbian with the Robin girl, and not necessarily about Whitney and her career, which I think is why people like this other
I
movie.
think it was. I think maybe she couldn't like just come out and say it was about Whitney like legally.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why she played that game. But we all know it was fucking about Whitney Houston.
Oh
So
yeah, I mean,
I don't know why she lying.
I'm just saying this is what everybody was like. You
Yeah.
made this, movie, you ain't even, and then you got Whitney out here being lesbian, and
Well, she kind of was. It was kind of not even a whole lot about her being a lesbian. It was just more so about her family life, which I thought was interesting because I could actually see her family life being like that, or in some kind of realm like that, how it was in the movie. Then, like, of course, what we see in the media, it's very interesting. The movie was actually good.
you was alright.
It was alright to me, but
I
also,
think it was a good watch. One watch I would
yeah, it
never.
was a good watch. Would I be like reaching for that to watch it again? No. Uh, yeah,
But I love the Shy lean away. I
I
love
love
the
the
Shy.
Shy.
The Shy is really good.
I love the Shy. Lizzo also won Record of the Year. And speaking of Whitney Houston, Lizzo's the first Black woman to win Record of the Year since Whitney Houston in
It's about
1994. That is so crazy to me because I just think about how many like huge songs
I'm
or
surprised like Mariah Carey or somebody.
yeah, like 1994. That's crazy.
But it is
That's
the
crazy.
Grammys.
It is the Grammys. What did you think about the hip hop tribute? And then they also named a whole like award after Dr. Dre, the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award.
You see my eye. Okay, so cause I'm gonna start with the Dr. Dre and go back to the 50s. Okay, so I how do I say? Because I'm gonna contradict myself. I'm gonna contradict myself, y'all. I guess I'm a hypocrite. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think Dr. Dre is a musical genius in the realm of the things and the platforms that he has given to people and
Mm-hmm.
things that he's done? Yes, I will give credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves that. What I don't understand is, and maybe we're just not privy to this as the public, but to me, a humanitarian award is what you're doing for the masses, what you have done outside of the work that you're already known for. Um, Now, I don't. Again, maybe we're not pretty privy
I
to
don't
like.
know that it was humanitarian though. I think
Isn't
it
that
was
what they called it? Like the Dr. Dre humanitarian
it's the
something?
Global Impact Award.
I still think that the term global impact got to be beyond just even at the Grammys has to be beyond just the music impact. Global like and because and even to me if we keep it in a buck like Dr. Dre global impact maybe in 2009.
Well, I think they mean as in like, he's been a part of making Beats by Dre, like
What's
musical
he really done
global
in the last
impact.
10 years?
I mean, he's
That's what
still
I'm
been producing and writing and like musically, he's
saying.
still been doing things. Like, he's written for other artists, he's produced music, his record label has still done stuff.
I think they could have given the Global Impact Award to name the award after him.
Yeah.
So now for the future reference, it's gonna be the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. I don't agree.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't see it. Plus, we all know that, and this is not to say some good outweighs people's bads, because I know
Mhm.
everybody in Hollywood has done fucked up shit and crazy
Mhm.
stuff. But in his speech, he kind of alluded to the fact, like, yeah, y'all know I didn't beat women, but you gave me this award, so I'm grateful, and I still appreciate
When
y'all.
he
Like,
said that?
he didn't say that he beat women, but he was like, yeah, y'all know I made some mistakes in my life before, but y'all still have loved me through it and supported me through it. Like he said that in his speech.
Mm.
And I guess it's just a sticky situation because I'm a fan of Dr. Dre, but I just don't know if that was the award I don't know, maybe I need to do more research. I know like the NWA, the Eminems, the 50 Cents, the Snoop Dogs, and you know, I know Kendrick Lamar was greatly influenced by him. So maybe I just need to do more research beyond that to like fully
Yeah.
understand why they felt like he deserved a Global Impact Award. But
I mean, I think, but when he gets a lot of recognition, it's specifically for the Beats by Dre thing and just like the impact that the headphones and everything have had.
I got some on, so
Exactly. So it's like I think that's why people think like globally because it's something used so worldwide. And then obviously his music and the things that he's produced and stuff, he's produced a lot of classic records that have like, reached global attention. So I think I get it. Would I have thought of somebody else probably before him? Maybe so. Nobody comes to mind right now, but I get it, but I also get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. When I think about Dr. Dre, I do, and I was thinking about a lot of his past, transgressions. Not that we all can't be forgiven, because if God can forgive, then so should we. Should
mm,
we? But I do be thinking about like,
for real, that was one of the issues.
yeah, I do be thinking about a lot of the different like him putting his hands on women, the violent past, and things like that. Um, I don't know, like, cause I don't know really a whole lot about those specific issues either. Like, I don't know a whole lot about how those things were settled, or like a whole lot about what they said he did either.
Well, Michelle say he beat the fuck out of her the whole
Yeah,
entire time they were
yeah,
together.
yeah. That's what Michelle said,
Uh,
and it's other women who said stuff like that
what
too.
did
But
I call her? Did
Michelle,
I say Michelle? Michelle. So what is it? Michelle?
it's Michelle.
Michelle? Okay.
Yeah, you said Michelle.
I'm
Michelle.
sorry. Look, Miss LA. Uh, she said that she got drugged
Oh
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She said he was really taking her down through there.
Yes. And
So
then I didn't understand why she went and got them. That's a discussion for another day. Never
yeah.
mind.
But yeah, I don't know. I think this we was talking about before we
Mhm.
got on. But I think this was kind of like the Grammys attempt to include more black people,
Very much
because
so.
they hear people saying like, oh, Oscar's so white, and like, where are all the black creatives? Like, how are you gonna give away music awards and not give away awards to black people? So I think this was their attempt to be more inclusive. And
Mhm.
so, there it is. I thought the hip hop tribute was high. I thought Glorilla did really good.
Mhm.
Nobody did a bad job. I just think,
It was mid. It was mid.
nobody did a bad job. I think Glorilla, I love seeing her perform. That was good. Sometimes I just be wanting to see different people get they just due, because it's
Mhm.
not. I know we know about Run DMC, and I think they deserve their flowers. And we know about Queen Latifah. I think she should actually get more flowers sometimes.
Yeah.
But
MC like
yeah, like MC Light, or what was the lady? She had the movie on Netflix. I can't remember.
Roxanne.
Yeah, like people like that. I be wanting different people to get their just do. It's kind of like during Black History Month when you always hear about Martin Luther King, and
Oh
like
yeah.
you always hear about Rosa Parks. Like it's a lot of early influential artists that influence hip hop. And so
Yeah.
sometimes I just be wanting to hear about them instead of the same old, like same old. But other than that, I thought it was great. I thought it was cool. I get it.
Yeah, they just like you agreeing with you. They skipped so like, and I was listening
Mhm.
to See the Thing Is podcast, and I totally agree with. I think Mandy was saying there was a huge gap of that '90s Southern rap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We talking about Luke, Uncle Luke. We talking about
Yeah.
Trina. We talking about Trick Daddy. We talking about they had Big Boy, but they didn't have Outkast. Or what about the
Mm-hmm.
Dungeon Family? with CeeLo Green and the rest of like it was just or even Ludacris. Like there was
Yeah.
just so much culture and things. When you talking about 50 years of hip hop and for them to have Run DMC, Salt and Pepper, Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, Big Boy, Lil Baby, Glorilla. Who am I missing? Did I say
Mm,
Missy?
yeah, you said Missy.
Hmm.
All I remember for real.
I think they had a couple of New York, some of them '90s New York people.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even touch on the real like Lil Kim, like or
Mm-hmm.
Foxy Brown, or I would have been cool if they brought out Remy Ma and Fat Joe. Like it was just so many things, like moments that I think could have made that the encompassing
Yeah.
of the 50 years
Yeah.
instead of it being like the beginning of hip hop and where
And
we
the
are now.
end. Yeah.
Like it was so much
Yeah.
in between that just didn't happen.
I would have been okay with like having, because I know they working on the time schedule, but I would have been okay with having like, one person do one song or something, and they just do like one big mashup or,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I would have been okay with something like that even, but I just get tired of it being like so phoned in. That's what I mean. Sometimes when like we see DJ Khaled do a song like with Jay-Z, Beyonce, Nas, like the same. It's not that I don't personally, let me speak for me. It's not that I don't love all those people. It's just like, give me something else. Give me
Mm-hmm.
something else. Give me like entertain me. Give me
Yeah.
something else, please. Like, so when I see hip hop honors, okay, we know Run DMC. Like, it's a lot of other people who don't get they just
Yeah,
do.
what they name? Cool Mo D and them and what's the other guy? He used to be the pretty boy. I don't
It's
know.
so many. Like,
One. I
yeah,
mean, what's the guy who Lottie Dottie? We like the party.
yeah.
Baby.
Some like just give me some different shit. Like, I feel like is that how you know white people be planning stuff? Who's on the board of committees of planning? Who's sending out the invitations? I want to talk to them.
They be like, Run DMC, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Salt and pepper.
I love that
Girl.
song. Push it, baby. I love that.
Like, girl, give us something else. And I feel like also that'll entertain or that'll show even the audiences people that they never been exposed to before.
Sounds supersonic. Hey.
Yeah, like give me
That's what
something else.
This is why we say BET need to step your cookies up. Because this is when BET at the BET Awards should do the 50th anniversary, and then you go get the real motherfuckers that y'all know, and then we can act.
Yes.
It's BET. Y'all make the time slots. Y'all can give them the full 15 minutes they need to perform and
Yes.
actually celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip hop the way not
Or
probably.
you can do a whole show that's just like 50th
Yeah.
hip hop 50th anniversary, a whole hour, however long show.
Used to do content like that. They used to
Yes.
do like special anniversary or like
BT honors.
black. What was it? The Black Women Honors because it was always
Yeah.
in like February or something.
Yeah.
It was like the Black Girl Magic Awards or something.
Yeah.
Like it's just come on,
What
like let's
happened to Black Girls Rock too? I miss Black Girls Rock.
girls rock. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know
What happened to that?
so much content.
So much content. I don't know. BTB, but it's owned by the.
Ever since y'all, I don't know if Deborah Lee left or y'all fired her, but ever since y'all got rid of Deborah Lee, y'all been slacking.
Ain't been the same. Yeah, I don't know. We want all the
The
content,
B and BET.
baby.
Now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who over there. I
I
don't
don't
know.
the white people. Well,
So let's talk about a little tea, a little drama now. I don't like to shed light on things like this, but I think that we could talk about this from the perspective of how grief can really fuck people and family relationships up.
mhm.
So TMZ came out with a story Monday, the day after the Grammys, that there had been a backstage altercation between Offset and Quavo. Can I
Mhm.
say that? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Offset and Quavo, due to there was the memorial performance that they did, for all the different artists that passed away, but specifically
Mhm.
Quavo's performance dedicated to Takeoff. who we know was gunned down late last year.
Mm-hmm.
And word on the curb was that, Offset was supposed to be a part of the performance, but then at the last minute or the last second, apparently Quavo decided that he didn't want Offset a part of it. So he wasn't a part of it. And then the story came out that they got into a physical altercation backstage. Now, Offset, since the post has been made, has said that that's fake news, that he wouldn't fight his
Mm-hmm.
brother. But then the TMZ came out with a clip of Cardi. You heard Cardi. You didn't see Cardi, but you heard Cardi yelling, and she was like, "Y'all wrong for this fucking shit." Da, da, da. Just kind of hollering and yelling at them. So everybody, is like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, something obviously happened
Yeah.
backstage." So, how do we feel?
I hope they're not like going back and forth. I know, like you said, because we heard the audio clip of her saying that, we know something happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I really hope that they're not fighting. And it's also like, I know they wasn't on good terms before he died. So you can't think that, you're just gonna be good now because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like in these kind of times, just give people their space. Like, it's even if they are, beefing or they going back and forth, they still grieving. His death is still very fresh. And especially when you such a public figure and your businesses are, intertwined with each other, and you're a group, and now you're trying to figure out, where you go from here, where your career is now. Y'all got this album that you didn't really get a chance to, put out, and really, all the things, like, just get him some time to figure that out. Everybody family be a little drama filled.
Especially after somebody passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pray. I pray for him. I pray for healing. I agree with all your sentiments that you said. I hope they didn't get to fighting. Like, I'm cool with the arguing. Like, if y'all got the backstage, y'all arguing, y'all cussing, whatever. But I would hope they didn't get to fighting back there. I don't think they got to fighting, only because I'm like, now, if there was niggas fighting in the back of Grammys, they would have escorted y'all out. Like, they would have. They not playing these games with folks no more. Especially after
Right.
the Will Smith debacle. No, they would have been like, okay, y'all, you need to leave.
Well, we don't know what the hell they would have did. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't. I hope and pray that they didn't become physical, because I didn't know Takeoff. God rest his soul, but I don't think
Mhm.
that he would want his uncle and cousin, or uncle and whoever. They all family. I don't think he
Mhm.
would want his family fighting over nothing
Mhm.
like this. Now, if Quavo did get Offset taken off the performance,
Oh, he
I do.
wrong.
I think that that's a little shady. I
He
think that that's
wrong.
a little, because you can't be selfish in your grieving. Like, Takeoff meant a lot to a lot of people, and Offset is y'all family. Y'all beefing right now. Y'all, not seeing
Mhm.
eye to eye, but at the end of the day, y'all are family. And if he was given the opportunity by the Grammys to participate in the performance, I think that it's not fair for him to be like,
Yeah.
pull that type of, thing. So,
Oh, I agree. I totally agree with that. But when you grieving, you're not always in the best headspace. And
agree.
everybody isn't always thinking rationally. And he could just feel so responsible about it. He may just feel like it's something he need to do on his own. I'm not sure how he felt, but I do think it was unfair if he told him at the last minute, but we don't really know what happened with that. It be
Exactly.
so many things going on with celebrities. There's so many people in between them. You know what I'm saying? Personally, so many he said, she said, or they told me you said this, they told me you said that. So they probably just need to sit down and figure it all the fuck out for real.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
so I hate that, but I'm gonna be sending in my prayers for them, because Quavo face don't even look the same. Like, sometimes you could just see grief on somebody.
Well,
Like, you just
Takeoff seemed to be the glue. He seemed to be the person who, like, kept Migos leveled. He was the youngest, I think, of all of them. So, it's a hard, and then again, it was a tragedy. It's one thing, and
yes.
it's another thing when, but a person gets old, and, life just ends up taking them. We all
Mhm.
get old, and we're going to pass. But it's another thing for, somebody's
For
life to
you
be
to
taken
be
from.
taken. Yeah.
Yeah. unexpectedly, in the blink of an eye. It's just tragedy. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
very,
it's still something very hard
very.
for them to process. So my thoughts, prayers go out to Quavo and all of them, all set his Takeoff's
His
family,
family. Mm-hmm.
everybody.
Yeah.
Because I know they're still, processing that.
Well, okay. Just moving on. I guess something lighter. You had sent this in the group chat
Mhm.
with the video of the girl. She was on the date, and she. So I
Oh,
thought it'd be cool to talk about that because I am definitely the late friend.
yeah, but it's one thing to tell people you late, and it's another thing to just be late.
Right. Um, so if you don't know what we're talking about, there's this TikTok that kind of been going around where this girl, she was supposed to be meeting this guy out on a date, and I think they were supposed to meet at the restaurant at 6, and she didn't text him until 6:10 that she was on the way.
Hmm.
And when she got there, he wasn't there, and he never responded to her text, and he stood her up. And
Hmm.
so basically in the video, she was asking people if she was in the wrong or if he was in the wrong. And
Hmm.
so we were talking about it in our group text. And okay, I guess this is my take on it. I don't think I have two thoughts about this always. I don't think he was wrong for not showing up because I know some people are very much like sticklers about time. And
Hmm.
if that's one of your boundaries and that's one of your things like that you very like, you very adamant about time,
Hmm.
then you should honor yourself by not showing up. And they actually did her a favor because it probably would have just been an issue down the line. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Down the line, that would have been something that y'all got into it about. So it's just nice to know that we not compatible and just keep it moving. So I
Yeah.
feel that way. But on the other hand, I feel like, is it that big of a deal? Because what if she was actually like on the way and maybe she was in traffic and she's just like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm on the way. I'm still coming. Like, what if it wasn't like a thing to be facetious? Like every time somebody's late, and I'm speaking from my own heart,
Hmm.
it doesn't mean that they don't care or that they don't give a fuck or they don't care about your time. Sometimes niggas be driving slow or it's an accident on the road or I had to go home and change my clothes real quick or I might have to go home and pee. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like sometimes it's not always like a they trying to get over on you. Sometimes niggas just be late. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I kind of think it was dramatic, but at the same time, I understand.
Because I'm a principles ass bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's the principles for me. Um, and I kind of feel like you in certain ways. So my thing is one, she never said if she texted him or not, but I'm assuming that she didn't by the way she told the story. It was
Right.
like we were supposed to meet at 6, but I didn't get here till 6:10. So she
Mhm.
never said, "Hey, I told him I was running late." So and he
Right.
just wasn't here. So to me, especially, it seemed as if this was a first date.
Mhm.
First impressions are everything.
Of
If
course.
you can't like, especially in 2023, we just gonna keep. It's hard. It's a very
Yeah.
scary thing to be dating right now. Like it's
Mhm.
a very scary thing because a lot of people do get their time played with, or their money played with, or their heart played with, or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So if y'all agreed upon the 6 o'clock time frame, you knew at 5:45 you was probably about to be late. You
Mhm.
should have sent a text and said, "Hey, my makeup's taking me a little longer," or "Hey, I'm, getting ready. I'm gonna be a few minutes behind, but I'm still planning on coming." Whatever.
Right.
Communication.
Yeah.
Um. Now, if she didn't communicate that with him, and she just decided to show up, she just showed up at 16 and had not said nothing, but
Mhm.
beyond they agreed upon to be at this location at 6. I don't blame that nigga for leaving. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be honest. I
Yeah.
would leave too. I would leave too. Like you ain't
Yeah.
text me say you stuck in traffic, you running late, you whatever. I'm gonna take it as you trying to play. I'm gonna see it as like you not valuing the experience and the time or whatever with me. So I would leave too if the roles was reversed and a guy did that. So I
Mhm.
understand now. If she texts him that she was running late, and he knew and he was aware, and he just decided like he didn't want to wait no more, and he got up and left. That was an asshole move.
Yeah.
That's asshole because she
Yeah.
obviously she communicated, and 10 minutes late is one thing. You know, it's very that's very, you know, preliminary. That's very
10 minutes is actually not even like
not
that
bad.
long.
I could have been trying to park.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, 10 minutes is not bad. What they say in the Prince Harry documentary with them? He was an hour late, and Meg crazy ass was still sitting there.
This in there.
And he communicated, but he communicated. That's why she was still sitting there.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of times it's about the communication. Now, again, if she didn't communicate and homegirl was just like, he gonna wait on me, you know how women be sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he should be lucky he going out with a bitch like me, you know, whatever. But now you there by yourself. I bet you won't do that.
I feel like even if I think I give people grace on time because I know I'm gonna be late.
Mm-hmm.
My makeup, when I actually get ready and I put makeup on, it be taking me a long time. So like if you text me and we were supposed to be there at 6 and then you don't text me till 6:10 that you on the way, I'm be like, okay, cool, I'm sitting at the bar. Like it wouldn't bother me.
But if you had not heard, if you sitting there at 6 o'clock and this person ain't said nothing like, hey, running a little late, and now it's 6:10, and I don't know.
At 6:10, I don't know if I would be like
They
panic.
have to pass each other in the parking lot, or
Yeah.
it's a third one here. He was gonna stay your ass up.
Anyway, yeah, it was giving like he just didn't want to hang out with you for real, and you gave him an excuse to not come. Cause 10 minutes,
But I do know niggas like that. I ain't gonna lie. I know niggas who be very no nonsense.
like we're not on a damn job interview.
It's a lot of unhealed people out here, and I was
It
talking about it.
is.
And they be very like, cause they didn't been on the same niggas who be like, I don't pay for first dates because the last time I took a woman out, I bought dinner and I never heard from her again.
All the broke niggas.
That's not what I said.
Oh, that's what I said.
Those are the type of niggas who leave at 6:10 and cause you're 10 minutes late. Like they're all the same cloth of unhealed. I'm not gonna.
They like, let me hurry the fuck up before she get here, and I had to pay for this damn dinner.
Or it's just unhealed because they take that as her basically telling him fuck you because of some past situation. Because it's a lot of men walk around unhealed. There's women unhealed too, men.
Absolutely.
Like, she being on a man. No, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of unchecked emotions going on in a lot of men, and because you have a bad situation with Keisha, you bring all that shit from Keisha over here with Brittany. And maybe Brittany is running 10 minutes late, but maybe that's because Brittany got a kid, so Brittany had to get the baby from daycare. And maybe she didn't communicate all that because she don't want to dump that on you. So maybe, you know, it's a lot of, but because they're unhealed, they don't give people chances. It's like, oh, you went here at 6, so so I don't know. It's two sides to this coin. It's like, you know, she could have, if she did not communicate, she should have communicated as an adult to let him, because y'all agreed upon the time.
Right. I agree with that.
You know, if there was communication and he just, you know, was like, fuck that shit, then, you know, you was an ass. You was an ass.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's been times, even when I've just gone out with my girlfriends, like, oh, girl, I'm on the way, though. Okay, cool. I'm going in. Like, because, well, I'm not one of those people who are awkward about going into a restaurant by myself. Because if you let me know that you late, I can go ahead and go in and get us a table, or go ahead and put our name on the list, or like, girl, make sure your lashes on. It don't bother me.
It depends. It just depends. Like, if it's an environment like with people I know, I'm probably not gonna. I don't enjoy that much. Like, you know how it used to be events that you would go to, but to make appearances. I really wasn't trying to be in there much longer than I was. So I would definitely sit in my car. I ain't gonna lie. I would sit in my car and wait till you got there. But that's because I came there to, you know, kiss baby, smile, and go about my business. So
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, this one was a little.
Yeah,
it's
child,
fine.
I'll be at the bar. Now, if it was like 6:20, 6:30, 6:40, if it was
Say
like
6
getting later and later,
is disrespectful. 15 is where the disrespect sets in. 10 minutes is a great. You get a 10-minute grace.
it's all right. 20, I'm calling you or whatever.
What was the rule in college? If the professor was 15 minutes late, class was
Yeah,
canceled.
you can leave. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna treat you just like the professor. If
Yeah.
your ass 15 minutes late, class
And
canceled.
then if I do stay, I'm gonna get me something to eat. Let me tell you how this is not gonna ruin my day. Like, I guess when you are healed, you'll be like,
Mhm.
okay, cool. Let me go ahead and get a margarita. Can I get the chicken and the broccolini? I appreciate you. And then when
Mhm.
you get there and I'm done eating my food, I'm gonna be like, dang, that's messed up. I'll see you next time.
Not. You wasn't see you
I'm
next
not
time.
gonna see you next time though, but I'm not gonna
I'm
be
more,
mad.
I'm more of a. Can I get this to go? Thank you. And you can bring the check. I like to eat
Yeah,
at
I
home in my
got it.
drawers. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Like I love to eat my drawers, y'all. I like to be in front of the TV and eat my drawers. It's really my favorite pastime. Okay.
I'm here for it.
So I like to get the food. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna DoorDash some shit when we get off of here because my Hello Fresh ain't been delivered yet. So
Uh, I want kava so bad. I've been craving kava,
I have been craving kava too.
but that one in Homewood. Count your
I go to the
fucking
one downtown. Oh well, obviously I don't go to that one no more. But I went to the one
yes.
downtown. It was
I
really
have been to
good.
the one downtown. And it was great. It was great. Kava
They always
in Homewood though. They always added some shit. The
hmm
line long, and then when you get up there, they ain't got no more damn chicken. I had to wait 10 minutes for the man to cut
I
the damn
always do me a little pickup order. I ain't about to do this. I'm
like,
gonna order my shit on the app so I can
ooh,
come in and walk out.
it's raining now, so I probably ain't going to Kava, but
Oh,
yeah, so while we're talking about relationships, we want to talk about this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tim Anderson, the baseball player, and his wife Bria Anderson. He's from Tuscaloosa, and then I know that she also went to University of Alabama. She was there when I was there. um and he plays for the Chicago White Sox, but he recently had a child outside of their marriage. I think they've been married since like 2017.
okay.
And so she had posted something. It was kind of like bonus baby, something like that, where she just like acknowledged, I guess, that, or maybe that was her way of like saying, yeah, it's true, like get on, which
Mm-hmm.
I respect that. It's true, now leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, because we've seen a lot of celebrity men, and of course, I'm sure we know regular Joe Smalls too, Joe Blows, whoever, who have had kids outside of not just their marriage, but even just their relationship. Is
Mm-hmm.
that a deal breaker for you? And if not, why?
So relationship, yes. Like if we're just boyfriend girlfriend, yes. I'm like, cause it's still
Yeah.
more efficient to see. I mean, it's always more efficient to see, but relationship, I can get another boyfriend. You know, we can whatever.
So,
Like you can go be with your. Cause to me, one of my things is, and this is just my rule of thumb. I don't do fresh babies. I don't do like
mhm,
a year, really 1 to 2 years and under. I don't do that because to me, that I feel like there's still some type of emotional connection or some type of sexual
mhm,
chemistry or something. Because it takes 9 months to make a baby. So before that, y'all was having sex. Then the 9 months and then now, like it's not enough
I
time
mean,
that
hell,
it
even during the 9 months.
right. So for me, if I was dating a guy, even if we was boyfriend girlfriend, and he came and told me, yeah, I just had a baby with, so I'm gonna be like, oh well, congratulations, but I enjoyed the time we spent, but I'm gonna have to like give you space so you can figure out this new stage in your life because.
Mhm,
If you was having sex with her, you had some type of feelings with her. So y'all now she didn't had the baby, and I know how women's hormones be. She probably
yeah.
da da da. Like it's just a lot of drama, and I don't have to deal with that as your girlfriend. Okay,
Mhm,
now if we're married, I don't know what I would do
mhm,
because marriage is different for some people. I know everybody looks at marriage different. Some people just look at it as a business, whatever. But for me, I look at it as a lifetime commitment, partnership, bond. Welcome to death row. So I mean, that's just how I'm operating right now in my mind. So I can't say that if I was with a man for like 10, 15 years and we have, built this life together where, this is my best friend. This is a person I tell when I have a good day, a bad day. This person has been with me through, ups, downs, highs, lows, whatever. I can't say that I'd be like, okay, I'm gone and just be, on my way, because that's a little bit more complicated, because now you're talking about everything, so much of our lives are intertwined. So
Yeah.
much of what we have is intertwined. So I don't want to say it's a deal breaker for me. Now, am I gonna be like Angela Bassett and wait to exhale and I'm gonna throw a fit and I'm gonna be shit gonna be flying everywhere? I'm going to go off.
As you
But
should.
we have to go to therapy and really try to work through that thing so that I can really try, so that I can really try to understand why you would choose to do that in our marriage, in
Yeah.
our covenant. It would take some work, but I'm not gonna say that I would divorce him, because and young me probably wouldn't believe I was saying this, but I it just, marriage to me holds just so much more weight. That's why I do, when people do be having kids with folks they're not married to, I be kind of like not judging, but I personally would not want to be in that predicament, because boyfriend girlfriend is so not permanent, but babies are.
Right. Yeah. 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 It's like you want to feel secure
Mm-hmm.
when you do it, which I get that. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Um,
What about you?
I think now boyfriend girlfriend hit the dough,
Yeah.
kick rocks. It's no need for me to stay if you want to be with your baby mama or whoever. Or if you got a fresh baby or whatever, like go be with her, go be with your family.
Right.
There's no need. Why are you even dating? Like, especially when your baby is young, like you need to be in your baby's life. I'm sure if y'all split in the time or whatever, like you don't even really have time to be trying to date. Go be with your
We ain't
family.
even got money trying to date for real.
Yeah, like go be with your family.
Have y'all ever tried to talk to a nigga who just had a kid? He ain't got no money.
Yeah. So it's like I don't get that. But now married, it is always so beyond me why it's one thing for you to be cheating on me. Okay, cool. You know what
But
I'm
you out here raw dogging
saying? But
hoes.
you out here having sex without a condom and like actually then got the girl pregnant. I think the disrespect is something that I probably would not be able to get over. Like the whole, like the betrayal of it all is something that I would not be able to get over. And it's crazy to me because men, if it was the other way around and she had gone out and got pregnant by another man, we would never hear the end of this. Like
Mm-hmm.
he would be so mad, like, so trying to call folks out their name and all this kind of stuff. Like, I just think men, they love to dish things out, but they cannot take it. And that's one reason why they need to stay their ass at home.
Yeah.
Because they can't take it. So I don't know. I just think it's so crazy. Would I leave my marriage? It would really have to depend for real.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be like a perfect storm of things. Like maybe I knew that this was going on for a long time, kind of like Melody and Martell, where like she
Mm-hmm.
knew they, he had been cheating on her with the same girl for a long time, but they had 4 kids. So I
Mm-hmm.
can't blame her for like still taking her husband back, because who wants to be 4 kids, you on a show, you got all these businesses. Who wants to do that? And you've been with somebody for so long. Like
Yeah.
it's very like I don't blame anybody for staying with their husband, but having a kid outside the marriage would have to be a deal breaker for me, for real. Like, because I don't know that I would just get over that. And then I have a reminder running around my house as in the form of your child. And now
Yeah.
I
Not
gotta,
you
now
might
I
have to
gotta
say that to
deal
the
with the
kid.
baby mama, deal with her family.
And if
Like,
y'all have kids already, then now you got to tell them why they got another brother and sister that ain't come from
yeah.
y'all. Yeah, yeah, that's Like I said, I'm not gonna say I would not, but I know that it would take I would really have to be really strong in my relationship with God, and our marriage
Man,
would have to be like,
absolutely.
I mean, for real, strong. Like that's
Mhm.
why I said we would have to go to counseling so that I could try to better understand his point of view of the situation.
Mhm.
Because I know if I did not get somebody else involved, I'm only gonna see it from my eyes. And my
Mhm.
eyes is gonna be like, I'm your wife. You told me you love me for better or for worse, up, down, always around, and now
Mhm.
you didn't went and had sex
Mhm. I
and
think
had a baby.
they had a whole baby. I know. I'm listening to Gabrielle Union's audiobook.
Mhm.
Gonna need something stronger.
Oh yeah, I gotta finish that. I started it, but I haven't. I
I think I
haven't.
have maybe like 45 minutes left or something. It had kind of
Mhm.
got a little slow to me towards the end. But overall,
Mhm.
it's been a good book. And she talked about how when her and Dwayne Wade went on the break, he had a baby with somebody else. And that was like soul crushing to her because she
Yeah.
had been trying to get pregnant for years and she had
Mhm.
been miscarrying and all these things. And then she finally figured out that it was something actually wrong with her body, and that was why she wasn't getting pregnant. And it's like men just don't think like I don't want to perpetuate on this show that I think men are stupid because I don't. But like I don't like the way that men aren't always forward thinkers. You know what I'm saying? They don't always
They
like
haven't had to be.
no, they haven't had to be. And I just want them to be like, I want you to
Mhm.
like sometimes just think rationally. And as grown as men, like you just don't think to yourself, you know what? Even if I'm gonna fuck this girl, let me put a condom on. Cause I can't go if I'm on a break, I can't go back to Gabrielle and say I done got somebody else pregnant. Like, what is that gonna do to my family?
They don't think like that
It's a
because
blatant like disregard.
if they thought like that, then he wouldn't be fucking the person probably in the first place. But they don't think like that, and
Yeah.
we know that. Like me, and no disrespect. Again, this is not a I hate marriage podcast. I love
Mhm.
man, whatever, beautiful gowns. But y'all don't think I have yet to this day
Mhm.
met a man who sees things the way with women, and I think I heard an older guy say it because older men get it. A lot of
Yeah.
older men get it. The ones that be sitting alone in their multi-million-dollar mansions and don't have shit to share with nobody.
Mhm.
They explain what they understand and how now they understand how women and men work. Where women see a lot of times the full picture. We see the full screen of everything. So we see what's
Mhm.
going on over here. We see what's going on over there. We see that's why the saying is behind every great man is an even greater woman. Why? Because the man gonna see what's here. He gonna only men
Yeah.
only see what's really in front of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we had a man on here, maybe we'll ask Herb this on one episode. But
Yeah.
men really only see is really straight ahead of them. And that's why the partnership of it all, you need somebody behind you so she can see your left and your right and behind. Because you
Yeah.
really only looking at your front. And that's why a lot of them do shit and they don't, when you explain stuff to them, when a woman comes to a man and explains the full situation, they be like, well, I didn't even think of it like that. Yeah, because your ass only looking at point A instead of
Yeah.
looking at A through Z. Because there's
Yeah.
a whole alphabet.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little beyond me. And I feel like it's so crazy because like the world will say like, women are so emotional and they are so this and women they can't make decisions, big decisions, they're so emotional. Men act off of emotion
I think it's just
24/7.
because women cry. I feel like if women didn't like outwardly like tears come out of us more
Mm.
often than men, there would never be this argument that women are emotional. But because a lot of women's reactions are tears and the screaming and the of
Mhm.
it all, it's like, oh, women are so emotional. But it's like, not really.
I
Like
think
when
it's
you really
also
look
because
at
I think it's because we also get it out right then. You know what I'm saying? Like just like me and you sitting on this podcast and we talk about like mental health, or we might call each other and we just talk about stuff. Like it's just now getting to a place in time where men do that. Because before it's
mm-hmm,
like I'm a man, I have to hold it in. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
So just because you holding it in doesn't mean you in control of your emotions. That's why most men that's in jail, they in jail because of like one incident that happened where they
Yeah,
snapped.
like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, fine. I don't care about saying the man name because he know what he did.
I was about to say, oh my God. Yeah.
He's free now. What I mean, he did his time.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like men, they act off impulse. You know what I'm saying? But that's not good because you should be making clear, rational decisions as an adult. Like you should be weighing your options. You know what? I don't need to do that. Like it. Just saying right now, if I'm a criminal and I got social media, I know the fuck you saw on Instagram that Alabama has one of the worst prison systems in the country. This is not a good time to go to jail. It never was a good time to go to jail as a black man. But goddamn it, right now, let me make sure I got another hustle that's legal. Because I ain't trying to go to jail. Like, you need to think in your mind. Like, black people, we need to think.
Mm-hmm.
You need to think. And I think before you go out there and mess up your family, you need to have your fucking thinking cap on. And if it's sex or if whatever, you need to start communicating that kind of stuff to your wife. And you need to start thinking about, am I actually ready to be married before you hop over the fucking broom with somebody? And then you got a whole wife and 2 kids at home that you're responsible for, but you leaving out the house just because bitches is always at your door or because girls is always at you or because you have access to them. Like, you think she don't sometimes want to talk to other men? You think you doing everything that you doing everything right at home? Like, if women went and acted off impulse all the time, I mean, what would you say about us? We don't even have that luxury to do that.
Because as soon as you get mad somewhere, oh my goodness.
You're a whore. You're a bitch. He did all this stuff for you and you're ungrateful. He shouldn't give you nothing.
I was listening to a podcast with Sam J. She played in You People. She was playing Jonah Hill's best friend.
Mm.
And she was on Andrew Schultz, one of the other white guys who was playing his best friend, their podcast on his podcast. And she, like, in her stand up has said, like, she's cheated on her girlfriend before, like they've been together 15 years, they've been through a lot, whatever. But I think they asked her the question, like, well, how did you stop cheating? Like, if you was cheating on her, you know, like, how did you work this out? You know, like, whatever. And she was like, I took the energy that I was spending to cheat and turned it back into my relationship. So she said, instead of texting the bitch that I wasn't with when I was horny, I texted my girlfriend and told her I was horny. Or if I wanted to, you know, do something freaky, I sent her a freaky text. So she was like, all this stuff I was doing for the girls I was cheating with, the energy and the things that I was saying every time I got that urge, she said, I did it to my girlfriend. So then I didn't have the room and the time to cheat because I was giving that energy to my girlfriend. And I'm like, but see, part of that was because she a woman. So she was able to see the full picture at some point and be like, oh, maybe I wouldn't be going through this shit if I take the same energy that I'm using to woo other bitches with and woo my bitch I got at home.
Right. And you know, I wanted to say, like, it's loosely when I say all men, because obviously it's not all men. Like, not all men be doing stuff like that. But I just think they should just think clearer. You know what I'm saying? Like, your wife, she has dreams, desires, hopes. You know, she has things that she wants to do with you. You know what I'm saying? She don't just aspire. Even women who marry men with money don't just aspire to just be a housewife all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wants to do things too or whatever. So if men pay more attention, I think, to their wife, I think, you know, maybe they can solve that. Just communication, like, just ongoing work. Like, I feel like your marriage is never, and I don't know because I'm not married, but I feel like your marriage is never really, like, the work isn't done. You know what I'm saying? You changing every day, you changing all the time, especially for people who got married really young. You definitely gonna change. So, like, you should just always be learning each other. And if you doing that, you shouldn't have time to be with other people. And if that's what you want to do, communicate that to your spouse.
Before you go do it.
Before you go do it. You know what I'm saying? Or
having desires.
Yeah, and then you probably be surprised what they say. Oh, for real? Like maybe we can do that together. Maybe I'll give you a pass. It's all kind of shit people doing out here, and I'm not gonna shame nobody for how they decide to operate in their own relationship. But like, I just feel like give people the choice.
A lot of relationships, again, and we've said this on the podcast, it be the communication. Y'all don't talk to each other
Mhm.
beyond the regular, hey, how you doing? How was work? Oh, good, we're good. No, but like talk, really talk. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times if you talk with somebody and you actually listening, they gonna tell you what the hell wrong is and what's going
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really trying to think. If I was married and my husband was like, yeah, babe, I got somebody pregnant. Oh, knowing me, I probably wouldn't leave, but I definitely, it'll take a lot of counseling and a lot of work and a lot of prayer and a lot of like just guidance for me to
Mm.
make sure that I'm making the right, because it's not that I wouldn't be able to forgive him for that one time, but in the back of my head, I know I'd be like, okay, but is he gonna do it again?
Of course, yeah. I mean, or if you know he was out with certain friends, or like, oh, I don't. You behind me thinking I don't want him to hang out with them anymore, or whatever. But you can't
You
say
like Whitney.
like, but you can't say that. Like, you can't be like, I don't want you to hang
Cause
out
then
with
you
them.
get called insecure.
Yeah, so
You
it's
know.
all one big slippery ass slope for real. I
And
think
then niggas don't like you to bring shit up after you forgive them. Because once
no.
you forgive them, they be like, but so you forgave me, but you want to keep bringing it up. Then the nigga brought a baby home. Yeah, because you brought
I
a baby
mean,
home.
that's an ongoing conversation.
I'm going to forever bring up that little
That's
nigga.
an ongoing conversation. Like if you was to bring a child home, I think too, specifically with her, because that's how we brought it up with her and Bria. I feel like, once you've been with somebody a long time, y'all been together since y'all was very, very young, you know. Not like he may be all she know, you know what I'm saying? But that's all you know. That's your husband. Y'all have 2 kids. You used to a certain lifestyle now. So you think to yourself, like, okay, if I leave my husband, what am I gonna do after this? I don't know what she's doing now for real. I know she is on Instagram and she has like a following, but like, is that gonna be easy to do now that I'm not his wife? Am I gonna have all the same things I had, all the same things at my disposal, the
Dang.
support, the money,
Yeah.
just the real life shit. Like, or do I want to give up on my marriage when we've been together this long? Maybe it was a lapse in judgment or whatever. Like, so I can't condemn anybody for not leaving their husband because it's such a nuance. It's a hard decision. And then you got to think, oh well, I got girls. What kind of like example am I setting for them? But also, I want them to have their father in their life.
Hmm.
So, that's
Yeah, it's a
hard.
like you said, slippery slope. It's a fine line. Like
Yeah.
I said, I don't got no kids and I ain't married, so I can't say what I really don't know what I would do, because I feel like I would try to work
Hmm.
things out with my husband, but I also know, me being me, it will always be in the back of my head, like, is he gonna do this again?
Yeah. The only way I couldn't care is if, like, you remember that it was a TikTok trend where the people was like acting like they was blind, and they would like
Mhm.
come in the house and they was like, when you come in the house and see your
Always
billionaire husband.
blind,
Yeah.
blind.
And it would have to be a situation like that where I just didn't care for me to be like, I don't know.
Right. What Jada say? You be on your wing of the house, and I
And
be
I'll be
on
on
mine.
mine. You might put me out of some of the house, but you can put me out of all of it.
What Medea say? Which half you want?
You want this half or you want that half? Now that's when I'll be like,
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna still give you hell, but I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm
I'ma
saying?
just look. I'ma mean mug you every time I make your breakfast,
Mm.
and every time they bring up adultery in the sermon, I'm looking at you. You listening? You remember when you used to be a little kid, and the preacher be like, and that's why the kids' grades ain't good, and your mama be like, you listening?
You heard what he said.
You hear what he said? He said the kids,
He said,
because of the music, ain't getting a good
need to get
grade.
off that damn phone.
I told you don't know the multiplication tables, but you know all the damn songs on the radio. That was my
Mm-hmm.
mama's favorite thing to say, and I
Yep.
do, and my smart ass would say, "Cause I like the songs on the radio. I don't like math."
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's the math for your ass. When I like it, I learn it. When I don't, I won't. Period. But yeah, cause marriage is just one of them things. It's like, what's that? When you're locked in, ain't no switching up. Like, we
Yeah.
together now. We together. And then when you get a divorce, then you gotta go around and be like, well, what happened with y'all? What y'all done? Now
What happened? What happened? Yeah. And then all that, when you get in the divorce, you gotta just like break it to everybody. Then your friends feel like, oh God, I can't talk to them. I can't talk to them. Or
about my relationship.
your family break in half. Like that's just a lot, man. Like
That's a heavy burden to bear as a
it's a
child
lot.
as divorced parents. Yeah,
Me
I
too.
can't. I can't. That has always been my thing. I think that's why half of me don't want kids, because it's like if I get married and I get divorced and I don't have any kids, it's like it's still like I can be done with you. I can just, you know. But it's like
Mhm.
once you have a kid, y'all was really like
Y'all,
we locked, and
yeah.
now I gotta deal with your ass even when I don't want to deal with your ass.
Yeah,
Man,
as a child too of divorced parents, I understand splitting up holidays, like special moments in your life, graduation. For my parents and everything, it is always so awkward. Now it is.
Mhm,
My parents don't speak at all now. When they
mhm,
first got divorced, they used to be kind of like, I ain't gonna say like friendly, but they were friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they were cordial. They could be in a room, they could have a conversation every now and then, and they were fine.
mhm,
And since then, they just had several moments where they've gotten into it. So now they don't speak at all. And
mhm,
so, but it's awkward, and I just think about like when I get married, it's probably going to be a little awkward. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, whoever I marry, maybe they'll, their family will make up for it and all that. So, I'm like, and it won't be awkward
mhm,
with them, but it's just awkward between my parents. And I just don't want that because when you grow up like that, you can feel the tension in your house. You hear the things your parents say about each other. You hear the arguments and stuff. So it's like I don't want to put my kids through that. I don't want to deal with that. And I
mhm,
just don't want to be with nobody who I don't really, really like.
mhm.
Like not even love, like you
Yeah,
do.
I want to be friends with whoever I marry. Like genuine